Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Dayna with From Fertility to Delivery, and today in my Spiritual Fertility Course series of videos, I'm talking about Class 5. Class 5, or Module 5, is winding it down, putting it all together, and really talking about three main buckets, which is the Akashic Records and clearing those, a lot of clutter clearing, physical and emotional and mental and all of those, and also your divine guidance team, which I'll go into momentarily. Let's talk about the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records, you can do a lot of research on the Akashic Records, the records that were created to make sure that we all stay in our lane on a timeline, and we have contracts and we adhere to those contracts. And when those contracts are done, they do need to be dissolved, removed, and sent back to source for transmutation. And that is what I designed from scratch in this class, and I have a meditation and an exercise that helps you clear the Akashic Records and any old records that are in there that don't make any sense for you. Whether you've had, some sort of birth loss or birth trauma that you actually contracted, and believe it or not, I know a lot of people don't like to hear this, but everything that happens to you in this life was contracted. Some of the worst and horrendous things that you could ever think of that you think you would never decide to do or to pick for your life, it was actually designed before you even came earthside. And, it's a really, really hard pill to swallow, but it is how all of this works. When you look at babies being born through incest and rape, who would pick that? But it happens, and it's happening on this planet, and it's still happening today. So those are contracts that were created before the soul came earthside. And for those types of contracts where you learn a really tough lesson, you have to go back and clear them. And just to, make sure I hit that home with a good example is for those of you that work out, if you go to the gym, when you go to the gym and you want to build muscle, you have to break the muscle down in order to build it back up. You have to actually pulverize it, basically. And that's why you see those big weightlifting folks out there, pushing a lot of weight, and they're always sore, and they always have an ice pack, or they need a massage, but they just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and stronger. And it's because they're breaking the muscle in order to build it back up. And that's exactly how the soul is as well. Your soul and your spirit comes here to get broken in order to build back up and become stronger. Whatever doesn't break us makes us stronger. So with regards to the Akashic Records, we go in and we clear it. And this is an exercise it's a guided meditation that I walk you through. I designed it to be very heartfelt and beautiful. And I'm very proud of it, and it's actually something I'm going to put on the website eventually by itself as a standalone meditation that you can purchase on my website. So the Akashic Records is very important. That's really what we're doing right now, and that's the energetic side. The physical side is actual clutter clearing. So we talk about clutter clearing, getting rid of a big couch that's in the way, looking at that second bedroom and turning it into a future nursery, going into the closet and finding things that you want to keep or donate or sell or throw away and discard. And that is a huge part of bringing something new into your life. When you clutter clear, you remove energy that's stuck, whether it's energetic or physical. So whether you're getting rid of that couch or that dress that you never wore for the past 5 years, you're telling the universe, you're telling yourself, you're telling your higher self, and you're telling the law of attraction to bring me something that's better to fill in what is there, or making space for whatever you need to happen in your life. For this particular class, it's making space for a baby, for a future family, to actually create that. That is very important. So clutter clearing is huge, and we talk about that in this class. Then we also talk about your divine guidance team. Now, what is a divine guidance team? There are certain goddesses and deities that we've heard about that help with fertility and conception. One that is very, very well known would be Mother Mary. And Mother Mary is, even though that is considered, a story in the Bible or fictional almost for some people, Mother Mary is a real essence. You can feel her coming in. She has this beautiful, warm, corn husky blue energy when you feel her, and she comes in and she just envelopes you. The best way to feel her is to be out in nature or to be on the ocean, in the ocean, or your feet grounding, and you'll be able to feel her mostly out in nature. You'll be able to feel her energy coming in, and it's beautiful. And there's a strength to her because of everything she went through in her life. So that's one of a handful of divine guidance team members that I talk about in the class. And that is just the female side. There's also male divine guidance, and I talk about that as well in the class. So I bring all of that together for you. As the classes move, I spend a little less time on the actual lecture, and there's more time focusing on all of the things you've learned in class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, so you can get to the next step, and you have more time to go back and do things that maybe you need to sharpen yourself with. So that's how I design the class, to make sure you have more time to work on everything you learned. So that is class 5, and class 5 is where we start to wind down and we start to do a lot of things that we did in the past, maybe more journal entries, creating your own affirmations, things that you can open yourself up to realize where you've been and where you're headed. So I'm so happy that you're here, and thank you for sticking with this series of videos where I'm explaining this class. And the next final video, I'm going to talk about the final class, how I set up the entire course, and what to look forward to when your dream comes true of bringing that baby earthside and actually starting your family. Again, you can find all of my information on my website, fromfertilitytodelivery.com, and I will have a discount of Spirit Baby 10. It's a coupon code, Spirit Baby 10, for 10% off of this course. This will never expire, and it'll always be available. Now, for a deeper discount, and the percentage I won't disclose here because I may change it in the future, but for a deeper discount, please email me or go to my website and sign up for my newsletter, and that will be something that I have on my newsletter at all times, the discount code for the Spiritual Fertility course. So I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up, not just for yourself and not just for your partner, but for your spirit baby. They're all watching us, and I feel them coming in, and they're very real. You may not be able to feel them, touch them. They're not tangible, but they're right there. And they're hanging out with loved ones that have passed. And that is also a part of your divine guidance team, loved ones that have passed. Maybe you had someone that you lost this year, last year, any time in your life, and you miss them, a grandparent, a family member, or a dear, dear friend. They're meeting your spirit baby before you get to meet them, earthside. So that's a really important part of class 5, and it's an important part of any divine guidance team. Please feel free to contact me or email me with any questions. Everything is in the link in the bio if you're on Instagram, or in the description if you're on TikTok, YouTube, or Facebook, and any of my other social medias that I decide to open up and share this information with. So thank you for being here, and sending you lots of love and many blessings. And stay tuned for the final video in this series, which is the final class of my Spiritual Fertility course. Take care.